The female samurai, warriors who defied history. The clash of steel rings through the morning air as a lone figure stands atop the hill, Naginata gleaming in the dawn light. The year is 1184, and this warrior is about to change the course of Japanese history. But this is no ordinary samurai. This is Tomoe Gozen, perhaps the most famous female warrior in Japanese history, and she's about to lead a charge that will be remembered for centuries to come. Forget everything you thought you knew about samurai. While popular culture has painted them as an exclusively male warrior class, the truth is far more fascinating. Throughout Japanese history, there existed a remarkable group of women who defied conventional roles and fought alongside their male counterparts with equal skill and courage. These were the onna-musha, the female samurai. Picture this. It's the late 12th century, and Japan is torn apart by civil war. The Genpei War rages between the Minamoto and Taira clans, and in the midst of this chaos, Tomoe Gozen emerges as a legendary figure. Contemporary accounts describe her as especially beautiful, with white skin, long hair, and charming features. But don't let that description fool you. She was also described as being a warrior worth 1,000, ready to confront a demon or a god, mounted or on foot. The naginata, a long pole weapon with a curved blade, was her weapon of choice, though historical records show she was equally skilled with the sword and bow. During the Battle of Owazu, she led 300 samurai against 2,000 enemy troops and was reportedly one of the last 5 standing in battle. But Tomoe wasn't an anomaly. She was part of a long tradition of female warriors in Japan. Let's travel back even further, to the 3rd century AD. Japanese chronicles tell us of Empress Jingu, who allegedly led an invasion of Korea while pregnant, though she never actually engaged in combat herself. While historians debate the accuracy of this account, it set a powerful precedent. Japanese women could be both military leaders and maternal figures. But how did these female warriors come to be? The answer lies in the unique structure of samurai households. Unlike the rigid gender roles often associated with medieval societies, samurai women were expected to be able to defend their homes in times of war. They were trained in the art of war from a young age, learning to wield the naginata, which became known as the woman's weapon due to its popularity among female warriors. The training of these women wasn't just about physical combat. Like their male counterparts, female samurai were expected to adhere to the strict code of Bushido, the way of the warrior. This meant living by principles of loyalty, honor, courage, and integrity. They were taught to face death with the same stoic determination as any male samurai. Consider the story of Nakano Takeko, a woman who lived centuries after Tomoe Gozen but carried on her legacy. During the Boshin War of 1868 to 1869, she led an all-female unit of fighters called the Joshitai against the Imperial Japanese Army. Armed with naginata, these women fought to defend their clan's honor during the Battle of Aizu. When Takeko was mortally wounded by a bullet to the chest, she asked her sister to cut off her head and bury it, a traditional samurai practice to prevent her head from being taken as a trophy by the enemy. But the role of female samurai wasn't limited to direct combat. Many served as tactical advisors, castle defenders, and political leaders. Take Hojo Masako, who became known as the Ama Shogun, non shogun, after her husband's death. Though she never formally held the title of shogun, she wielded immense political power and influenced Japanese politics for decades. These women also played a crucial role in maintaining castle defenses. During sieges, they would often coordinate defense efforts, manage supplies, and even take up arms if necessary. The castle was considered the last line of defense, and its protection was often entrusted to the women of the household while the men were away at war. The life of a female samurai began long before she ever set foot on a battlefield. From an early age, these extraordinary women underwent rigorous training that would shape them into formidable warriors. But their education went far beyond combat skills. They were trained in a complex system of warrior arts known as bugu-ge, which included both martial and cultural practices. Imagine a young girl, perhaps 7 or 8 years old, taking her first steps into the dojo. Her primary weapon would be the naginata, but why this particular choice? The naginata's long shaft provided crucial advantages for female warriors, allowing them to keep male opponents, typically larger and physically stronger, at a distance. The weapon's weight distribution also meant that momentum and skill could overcome raw strength, making it the perfect equalizer on the battlefield. But the naginata wasn't their only weapon. Archaeological evidence and historical records show that female samurai were also trained in the use of the kaiken, a small dagger that was often concealed in their robes. This weapon served a dual purpose: self-defense and, in extreme circumstances, ritual suicide. Like their male counterparts, female samurai were expected to choose death over dishonor, though their method of ritual suicide, known as jigai, differed from the male seppuku. Consider the story of Akai Chiyo, a female samurai who lived during the Sengoku period. When enemy forces breached her castle's defenses, she gathered the other women and led them in a counterattack. Armed with naginata, they successfully held off the invaders long enough for reinforcements to arrive. This wasn't just a tale of desperate defense. It was a demonstration of years of tactical training and martial expertise. The training of female samurai also included what we might today call psychological warfare. They were taught to use their appearance to their advantage, sometimes deliberately maintaining a feminine appearance to catch opponents off guard. Historical accounts tell of female warriors who would enter battle wearing full formal kimono, with their long hair flowing freely, a striking sight that could distract and intimidate enemies. But perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of female samurai culture was their unique approach to strategy. While male samurai often focused on direct confrontation, female warriors developed techniques that emphasized efficiency over brute force. They were masters of what modern martial artists would call economy of movement, using an opponent's strength against them and striking at crucial moments. Take the Battle of Senbon Matsubara in 1580, where Mayorin, a female samurai and Buddhist nun, led a successful defense against a much larger force. Her strategy involved using the terrain to her advantage and coordinating with archers to break up enemy formations before engaging in close combat. This battle became a textbook example of how superior tactics could overcome numerical disadvantages. The influence of female samurai extended beyond the battlefield into the cultural and political sphere. These women were often highly educated, skilled in poetry, literature, and the arts. They served as important diplomatic figures, using their refined cultural knowledge to negotiate alliances and prevent conflicts. The famous poem by the female samurai Komatsu Hime, written before a major battle, demonstrates this dual nature. Though I know how to arrange flowers for display, I've tied my hair back to fight the enemies of the Tokugawa clan. Their legacy also lived on in the martial arts schools they founded. The Joseishi Ryu, a school of martial arts specifically for women, was established in the 17th century and focused on techniques suitable for female warriors. Some of these schools survived well into the modern era, preserving the techniques and traditions of the female samurai. Archaeological discoveries continue to reveal new insights into the lives of these remarkable women. Recent excavations at castle sites have uncovered armor specifically designed for female warriors, lighter than male armor but no less protective, with modifications to accommodate different body types while maintaining maximum mobility. These findings challenge the common misconception that women's participation in warfare was merely symbolic or limited to times of emergency. As Japan entered the Meiji period in the late 19th century, the era of the samurai, both male and female, came to an official end. But the spirit of the onna-musha lived on in unexpected ways. During this time of rapid modernization, many former female samurai became pioneers in women's education, establishing schools that combined traditional values with modern learning. The story of Yamakawa Futaba illustrates this transformation perfectly. Born into a samurai family and trained in martial arts, she survived the brutal Boshin War only to witness the dissolution of the samurai class. Rather than fade into obscurity, she channeled her warrior spirit into becoming one of Japan's first female journalists and a prominent advocate for women's rights. Her famous words still resonate today. The naginata may rest, but the spirit of the warrior never sleeps. The influence of female samurai extended far beyond Japan's borders. When the first Western observers encountered these warrior women in the 16th and 17th centuries, their accounts sparked fascination throughout Europe and America. Portuguese missionary João Rodrigues wrote in 1620, "The Japanese women of the warrior class are unlike any others in the world, for they share in the dangers of battle and the glory of victory." But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the female samurai lies in how they challenged and transformed traditional gender roles. In an era when most societies strictly limited women's roles, these warriors demonstrated that courage, skill, and leadership knew no gender. They served as both military commanders and cultural leaders, proving that one could be both fierce and refined, both warrior and woman. Consider the remarkable case of Tsuruhime, known as the Little Crane Princess, who led her clan's forces at just 16 years old. After her father's death in 1571, she took command of the family's naval forces and successfully defended their island domain against multiple invasions. Her story became a symbol of female leadership and inspired generations of Japanese women. The techniques and strategies developed by female samurai have also influenced modern martial arts. The naginata jutsu, once the preferred fighting style of warrior women, is now practiced worldwide. In Japan, it remains a popular martial art among women, with many practitioners drawing inspiration from their warrior predecessors. The All-Japan Naginata Federation, established in 1955, continues to preserve and promote these ancient techniques. Archaeological discoveries continue to reveal new aspects of female samurai life. Recent findings at the Tomizawa site uncovered a collection of armor and weapons belonging to a high-ranking female warrior from the 16th century. Among the artifacts was a beautifully preserved war fan with an inscription reading, "In peace or war, maintain your honor." This discovery provides tangible evidence of how female samurai balanced military prowess with artistic sophistication. The legacy of these warrior women resonates strongly in contemporary Japan and beyond. Their stories have inspired countless books, films, and works of art. Modern female leaders in fields ranging from business to politics often cite the onna-musha as role models who demonstrated that women could excel in traditionally male-dominated domains while maintaining their unique perspectives and strengths. In recent years, historians have begun to uncover even more evidence of female samurai influence on Japanese society. Documents found in temple archives reveal that these warriors often served as mediators in clan disputes, using their diplomatic skills to prevent conflicts from escalating into full-scale wars. Their approach to conflict resolution, combining strength with wisdom, offers valuable lessons for modern leadership. As we conclude our journey through the history of Japan's female samurai, we're left with a profound appreciation for these remarkable women who defied expectations and carved their own path through history. Their legacy teaches us that true strength comes in many forms, and that the warrior spirit knows no gender. From the battlefields of medieval Japan to the challenges of the modern world, the principles they lived by, courage, honor, and unwavering determination, remain as relevant as ever. The story of the female samurai is not just a tale of martial prowess, but a testament to the power of breaking barriers and defying conventions. In their example, we find inspiration for our own battles, whatever they may be. As the ancient saying goes, "The sword's edge may dull, but the warrior spirit never fades." Thank you for watching this exploration of Japan's remarkable female warriors. If you enjoyed learning about these fascinating historical figures, please consider subscribing to our channel for more intriguing stories from Japanese history. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with others who might be interested in discovering this lesser-known aspect of samurai culture. See you in our next historical adventure.